Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss chapter 1 of history: how, when and where. Students, this is an introductory chapter of the book. In class 6, you read about the history of ancient periods. Likewise, we read about the lives of early man, where he lived, what he ate. Then we read how slowly civilization started. We also studied about Harappan cities, lifestyle of people in these cities, then about Mauryan period, Gupta period, Vedic age, various epics, Vedas written during this period. Then in class 7th we read about the history of medieval period, which lasted from nearly 750 AD to 1750 AD. In this period we read about Delhi Sultanate, Mughal Empire, various monuments, buildings. Then we read about the teachings of religious gurus, etc. Now in class 8 we will study the history of modern period. In this modern period we will study how Britishers entered our country as traders and gradually they were able to rule over the whole Indian territory. Then we shall study how the feeling of nationalism arose among the Indian people and they struggled against the British rule, and finally Indians were successful to throw the Britishers out of their country. This whole story we will read in our 8th class history syllabus. Now the question arises, how do we periodize the history? How we divide it into different periods? Let us see. In 1817, James Mill, a Scottish economist and political philosopher, he published a 3-volume book, A History of British India. The name of the book is A History of British India. In this book, he divided Indian history into 3 periods: Hindu, Muslim and British period. But we can't say that this periodization is totally correct. He divided Indian history on the basis of religion of rulers of that time. But a variety of faiths exist simultaneously in any period. We can't characterize an age on the basis of religion of rulers. Moreover, rulers in ancient India did not all share the same faith. What Mill thought was that all Asian societies were at a lower level of civilization than Europe. He said that before the Britishers came to India, Hindu and Muslim despots ruled the country, and there were many evils in Indian society like religious intolerance, caste taboos, superstitious practices. These evils dominated the social life. James Mill felt that British rule would civilize India. So, according to him, it was necessary to introduce European ideas in India. Then some historians have divided Indian history into ancient, medieval and modern period. Now this division also has its problems. Modern period, as we think, is associated with the growth of all forces of modernity. Modernity in the field of science, reason, liberty, equality. But under British rule, people didn't have equality and freedom, nor was the period of economic growth. So many historians call this period as colonial, not modern. Now what is colonization? When the subjugation of one country, subjugation means to bring under one's control. Thus when the subjugation of one country by another leads to political, social, economic and cultural changes in the subjugated country, we refer to the process as colonization. It means that when a powerful country controls another country and as a result the powerful country is able to bring about changes in the values, tastes, customs, practices of the weaker country. This process is colonization. Just like Britishers made India their colony. They were able to control India and rule over India for many years. Our next topic is sources of information for modern period. Now, how do we know about the history of modern period? There are some sources. Let's see. First is official records. The British believed in the act of writing. They used to keep a written record of every instruction, plan, policy, decision, agreement, and then they preserved these records. For preserving these records, they set up record rooms attached to all administrative offices. In the early years of the 19th century, these documents were carefully copied out and beautifully written by calligraphists. Calligraphists are those who specialize in the art of beautiful writing. Then with the invention of printing press, many copies of these records were printed and preserved. These are a very important source of information about the history of this period. Then next source is surveys and census. The British believed that a country must be properly known before it could be effectively administered. That means, according to them, to administer India, they must know it completely. So they conducted detailed surveys. Now, what are surveys? Survey means to examine an area and collect information about that area. So the Britishers conducted detailed surveys to know the topography, soil quality, flora, fauna, cropping pattern of India. Then they started census operations. Now what is census? It is a counting of population, collecting information about caste, religion and occupation of people is in census. Even today, after every 10 years, census operations are held. The records of these surveys and census are important source of information of this period. Now there are some other sources. As we see that these official records tell us only about the thoughts, interests, actions of high officers, what they thought, what they felt, what they did, that we come to know about from the official records. But these records do not tell us about the feelings and actions of common people. To know about these common people, we have to look into the diaries of people, accounts of pilgrims and travelers. Now pilgrims are the persons who come to a country to visit the religious places. So the pilgrims who came to India wrote about what they saw here. That is a source of information for us. Then other sources are autobiographies of important personalities, newspapers, pamphlets, etc. So these are some of the sources to know about the history of modern period. So students, in this chapter we have studied about the periodization of Indian history as well as the sources of information for modern period. From the next chapter, the story of the establishment of British rule in India will start.